Well, hello out there, everybody. Welcome back to Titans Tube. My name is Justin, and this is Jake with me, and we are back for our weekly picks videos. Weekly picks series, rather. This is week 15, Jake. We're getting into it. Final 4 games of the regular season, and it's all up in the air, Jake. This is some good stuff. Arizona dropped a game last week, so now every team has at least 3 losses in the NFL, and no team has all the top teams in the AFC all have 4 losses. So you got to love the parity right now, Jake. It's exciting stuff. A lot to be determined in these final 4 games. Yeah, how you doing, Jake? I believe you do have our records from last week, and you can get us up to date on that.
Yes, that I do, Justin. And yeah, piggybacking off what you said, it's hard to pick games this year. You know, obviously there's some easy gimme ones, but man, a lot of parity in the league, and it should be a fun final month of football in the NFL. Justin, it should be getting more fun because I got a game on you last week, finally. I went 10-4, and you went 9-5 in week 14. That takes your official record to 134-73. And my official record stands at 126-81. That leaves me 8 games back with 4 weeks to play, Justin. It's a big gap, but not impossible. I am not mathematically eliminated. So as long as that's happening, I got the optimism high, and I'm ready to get some of those games back.
Yeah, with 4 weeks left to play, you just need to gain. You would have to average like 2 wins over me for the rest of the way. So it's doable. It's doable for sure. And we might just take this thing into the playoffs either way, even if we don't go and tied, just for fun, just for funsies.
Fair enough.
But we'll see how we can do. That's pretty good. 10-4 and 9-5. I'm okay with that. We were bringing up a lot of 8-7s and 7-7s and 8-6 or whatever. So that's good. Maybe we're getting better. Maybe December will be kinder to us. Let's get started though with a banger on Thursday Night Football, Jake. AFC West. We got the red hot Chiefs going to LA to take on their divisional foe, the Chargers, at 8-5. Here they come on strong. They could be a legitimate candidate for the AFC's top seed too, and nobody wants to go through Arrowhead to get to the Super Bowl in the AFC. So Chargers win would help us out, even though we own the tiebreaker on them. So anyway, let's move on. We got some Saturday games this week, Jake. It's no college football. The NFL is swooping in to get those ratings.
Yep.
We got 2 teams that are going to be desperate for a win to reach the AFC playoffs here. We got the Raiders at 6-7 and the Browns at 7-6. And man, the Browns are browning right now, Jake, right after a huge big-time win against Baltimore, not just to put them in the AFC playoff conversation, but for the AFC North title conversation. The disease is spread. It has caught fire amongst the Cleveland Browns. I'm going to go ahead and make this one short. I think that's going to be their undoing. No Baker, no head coach, offensive linemen are out, and a plethora of other big-time players. I think that's going to be it, and that's how the Raiders are going to get a win here, and they're going to hang around. I think they're going to eventually fall off, but they're going to get to 7-7, extend their season a little bit longer. But, man, I don't see how the Browns can overcome these injuries. What about you?
I am going to
overcome the virus.
Yes.
Speak there.
I gotcha. I'm going to take the Cleveland Browns, Justin. And I think it could be, as much as it can be, a blessing in disguise for the Cleveland Browns, especially with Baker Mayfield out. He gets an extra week to not get continuously beat up. Case Keenum is an incredibly serviceable backup, and as long as Nick Chubb doesn't test positive by Saturday, the Browns are in any football game as long as Nick Chubb can be back there running the football. So you know what? I'm just not a believer in the Las Vegas Raiders. They might see that big list of COVID positives and say, "Oh, we got this one. We can kind of just waltz in here and get it." But this Browns football team is good, Justin, and I feel like Baker has kind of been holding them back in a way, playing as injured as he has. So hopefully he gets an extra week of rest. Case Keenum can come in and sling it as well as anybody, Justin. So I got the home team Cleveland Browns, despite everything that has come their way this week. If you remember, there was a team from Nashville last year who had an undoing by COVID, and came out and smacked a formidable opponent in the mouth. So I don't know. It can happen. It's happened before.
It could. It definitely could. This is the NFL. Anything can happen. And the season of the Cleveland Browns could very well rest on the shoulders of Case Keenum. Can he get it done? It'll be an interesting game. I mean, both teams' season pretty much riding on this game, so that'll be a fun game to watch. And the other Saturday night game, it's the big one, a premier AFC matchup with the 9-4 Patriots on the road against the Colts. Who do we want to lose, Jake? Both of them, obviously, but they can't. Patriots trying to get that one seed and maintain a pretty sizable lead on the Bills, and then the Colts again trying to close that gap on the Titans and also solidify themselves in the AFC playoff picture. They are at home here. It's kind of a toss-up for me though, Jake. I don't know what to expect going into this game. I think the Colts are going to be ready for them though. I'm going to take the Colts, and it makes me sick to say it. I like the fact that they're at home. I like their defense going up against a rookie quarterback who only threw 3 passes, last week. So, I just think this could be a bad matchup for the Patriots because the Titans ran all over them with Dontrell Hilliard and Deontay Foreman, both over 100 yards. You got Jonathan Taylor, the league leader in rushing yards this year by like 300 yards. So it's going to be a tough matchup for the Patriots. I'm going to take the Colts to help out the Titans a little bit here. What about you?
I want to take the Colts with every fiber of my being, Justin, but there were 2 things that I couldn't quite get over the hurdle of. And it's, for some reason, Frank Reich is not going to run Jonathan Taylor nearly enough in this football game. That's kind of his signature move coming down the line this season. And number 2, it's just the Bill Belichick mind games versus a Carson Wentz-led offense, Justin. They are going to force Carson Wentz into mistake after mistake after mistake, and that has been the Colts' undoing this year. That's why they're not right there with the Titans. I feel like with a better quarterback play consistently, the Colts could be, possibly the winner of the AFC South this year with all the struggles that the Titans have gone through as of late. But I can't put my full trust in Carson Wentz to beat a Bill Belichick-led defense off of a bye. He's going to get an extra time to scheme up how they can make him do wacky, slapstick interceptions and fall downs and such like that. So I'm gonna take New England in this game, Justin. As much as I would like to see Indy get the upset for the Titans' number 1 seed chances, I just don't see it happening in Indianapolis.
That's a good aspect to look at is the Bill Belichick, defense forcing Carson Wentz into mistakes. I think that very well could be a way that New England goes in there and gets a win. But either way, big game in the AFC. We'll see what happens there. Moving on to Sunday, we got the Panthers 5-8, pretty much out of it completely now. At the Bills, can the Bills get off the schneid finally? Goodness, they've had a rough stretch here. I think they do. They're at home. They're going to be ready and focused and like, all right, guys, let's not fool around anymore. We're supposed to be an AFC favorite here. What's going on? So I think they'll take care of business. What about you?
I'll make it short and sweet as well, Justin. I just think the Panthers stink. I think they're flat out just not very good at football. They started 3-0, and you said it, they're 5-8, so 2-8 since a 3-0 start. So I'm not putting any more eggs in the Carolina basket. I also have the Buffalo Bills bouncing back.
All right, sounds good. Moving on, we got Lions and Cardinals. Wow, 10-3, and Lions at 1-1 and 1-1, 1-11-1. In other words,
palindrome.
Okay. I got the Cardinals. Lions, I don't know. I don't really have anything to say. I have nothing to say. Cardinals are the better team. DeAndre Hopkins, though, out for the season, maybe getting back for the playoffs.
Yeah, I think he's expected back for the playoffs.
Yeah, so something to keep an eye on there. But hey, you got AJ Green, Christian Kirk, Rondale Moore, all these other guys to fall back on. Zach Ertz. They'll be fine waiting for him to get back healthy, and they get a win here. What about you?
I'm going to make it short and sweet yet again. The Lions stink, and I'm going to take the Arizona Cardinals, the very heavily favorited Arizona Cardinals, I imagine, even without DeAndre Hopkins, like you said. So give me Arizona.
Yeah, Yeah, they stink. Yeah, just copy and paste the same.
That's gonna be my new thing going forward. Just short and sweet. This team is bad, and this team will win.
Could very well happen again here, Jake, because we got the 3-10 Jets at the 6-7 Dolphins. Jets stink. I just might steal that from you.
Fair enough.
They're another wide receiver went down. I think Elijah Moore went on IR. Yeah, and the Dolphins are miraculously just surging back into the conversation of the AFC playoffs. I think they keep it going. They're at home, and the Jets stink. Thank you for giving me that talking point. Yeah, who do you got?
I am also going to take the Dolphins. The Jets stink. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, how about the Miami Dolphins getting back into it? I think they might be in too much of a hole, and they've had a favorable schedule down the stretch, which, they've taken advantage of. All you can do is beat the teams in front of you. But we'll see if their hole was too big to crawl out of come January. It could be a playoff implication game in Nissan Stadium. Coming down the pipe in January, Justin, when the Dolphins come to town. So interesting thing to keep an eye on. Interesting team on the Titans schedule to keep an eye on, those Miami Dolphins. I got them to win this weekend.
All right, both going Dolphins there. All right. NFC East, we got the Cowboys 9-4 at the Giants 4-9. Man, after starting off with the Chiefs and the Chargers and the Colts and the Patriots, these matchups have not have lacked that kind of luster. I'm going with the Cowboys on the road. They got the division within their reach, within their sights, and I think they get ever closer. I think, am I wrong? Is Dak Prescott, is he struggling a little bit? Is he fine? How does that, I forgot what they did last week. They beat Washington. Almost allowed a comeback, I believe. They were up big early in that game. But they're still taking care of business. I think they get another division win here against these Giants. What about you?
The Cowboys, I just have a personal vendetta against, because every time that I am done with the Cowboys, they go out and blow out, the Washington football team, who I picked last week, by the way. So every time I think I figure out the Cowboys' schedule of them showing up and them just completely falling off the face of the earth, they prove me wrong at every turn, but I think they're going to pick up the win this weekend. I have Dallas winning this game.
All right, both going Dallas, and let's go ahead and take care of the other half of the NFC East. We got Washington at Philadelphia, both at 6-7. You got to think both of this is the season for both of these teams if they're going to try to get one of those NFC wildcard spots. I really don't know. I still don't know what to really expect from this team week to week. I guess I'll take the Eagles at home. I'm not sure is Taylor Heineke healthy? Did he get hurt?
Yeah, he just struggled big last week. I'm not sure if he's injured or not. Okay.
Well, yeah, I like the fact the Eagles are at home. I like, their talent at their skill positions a little bit better right now. And Miles Sanders is kind of coming on strong. I picked him up off fantasy, and he kind of balled out last week. And so it's like, yeah, why aren't they giving him the ball? He might be one of their best playmakers. And I don't think he's gotten a lot of touches or done much this year. I don't know. I'm not a Eagles fan. Haven't watched all their games. But anyway, I'll take the Eagles at home is the bottom line. What about you?
I will take the Washington football team to bounce back, Justin.
Going back.
I feel the Ron Rivera vibes kind of just surging. I think they're going to be in the conversation at the end. I don't know if Washington ends up sneaking into that 6 or 7 seed that it seems like the entire NFC is after at this point, if they're not, 10-4. We'll see how it goes coming down the line, but I think Taylor Heineke maybe bounces back. I feel like there's good Taylor Heineke and bad Taylor Heineke. You're going to get just one or the other. So we'll see if they can't bounce back. I'll take the Washington football team on the road, Justin, getting an important win.
Man, going right back to Washington after they let you down last week, Jake. That's a lot of trust. I respect it.
It's more so the Cowboys letting me down when I think that they are bad. Where, I would love to rub it in Cowboys fans' faces, but, I never can because I can't time it quite right.
Right. All right. Well, hopefully, you'll get it corrected one of these days.
Yep.
Oh, brother. AFC South, Texans at Jags, both teams 2-11. Who can tank better? What's going to happen here? Yeah, Jags are just such a dumpster fire. That's been a big storyline this week. I'll take the Texans on the road. I think they're pretty much done. They're quitting on Urban Meyer. bad times still in Jacksonville. I'll take the Texans to win. What about you?
I am also taking the Houston Texans, Justin. It's just a complete dumpster fire. And how about Davis Mills? I think he set the Houston Texans record for most consecutive completed passes last week. I believe he started that game 13 of 13, maybe 14 of 14. So how about it? I like it. I'll ride the hot hand, go with Davis Mills. Trevor Lawrence sure as hell didn't show us a lot last week in terms of positive notes. So I also have Houston, that team of veterans, Justin, that also get paid to play football.
Right. Man, yeah. How about this bad rookie season for Trevor Lawrence when Davis Mills, I think, was maybe a 6th-round pick this year, and he's going out there and having better games or better moments, I guess, throughout the season, setting records, no matter what they may be. But, okay, we both got Texans. Next up, another big-time AFC matchup. We got the Bengals at Broncos, both at 7-6. Man, the Broncos are just still there. I have not been a big believer in them, not one single week this year. They kind of held my attention when they blew out the Cowboys. Man, I just don't think they have it there. This is not. I don't see a playoff team when I watch them play, Jake. I like the running back tandems. It's just Teddy Bridgewater can only do so much through the air for them with the passing attack, and that's what he lacks that Joe Burrow and the Bengals have, and I think that's going to be the difference for sure in this game. I think the Bengals get a big-time road win and get ever closer to clinching a wild card spot. What about you?
I am also going with Cincinnati, and I just want to say it right now. The Bengals just really remind me of that first playoff Titans team coming through with Mariota, where they were just so, back and forth all year long, and it was a will they, won't they, will they, won't they. And and it feels like they're on the cusp of building something, much like the Titans back when. And I also have them picking up a big road game. And don't be surprised if they shock somebody in that first round of the playoffs. And, it just very well might be the Titans, getting a little ahead of ourselves. I'm with you. Not a big believer in Denver. I've been kind of the same opinion as you there. I got the Bengals on the road.
Man, I don't want to see the Bengals in the playoffs. We just played them last year, and Joe Burrow spanked us something else up there, and that was a bad loss.
Yeah, I was there. I saw it with my own two eyes.
Yeah, that's right, you were. Okay, let's move on here. NFC, two teams maybe playing for their season. There's a lot of seasons on the line this week, Jake. We got the Falcons 6-7 at 49ers 7-6. Falcons. Pretty impressive, hanging around in there. Seems supposed to be, I guess, a rebuilding year. Rookie head coach Arthur Smith, but hey, they're making a little bit of noise, trying to make a playoff push here. But I think it's all going to come to an end here, Jake. I think the 49ers are a better team. They're at home. It's a long road trip for Atlanta, and I like how the 49ers are playing in general. And I think they're a bit more of a complete team than Atlanta for me. So I think they'll get Atlanta at home. What about you?
I'm with you. I think San Francisco is one of those, half dozen to, maybe 8 or 9 teams that are still in the hunt for those NFC wild card spots. And I think the San Francisco 49ers are going to get them. And I think it definitely starts with a win this weekend against the Falcons. I also have the Niners.
All right. Both going Niners. Let's move on. NFC West matchup got Seahawks at Rams. Rams getting a huge win against the Cardinals. They are not letting that division get away from them just yet. And another division win right here would go a long way as well if they can take care of business against the Seahawks. And sure, I'm going to ride the hot hand. I think the Rams get it done. Seattle is, they might officially be eliminated from the playoffs with the loss here, but can Russell Wilson do some magic? He just doesn't have enough. There's not enough around that team right now. And yeah, I think the Rams are surging. They're finally, they could be hitting a stride here and being a very dangerous team come January. So give me the Rams. How about you?
I'm on the same page, man. The Rams just had that look of a team that kind of got their swagger back a little bit in that Monday night game. And they went and they beat, a very good Arizona Cardinals team on the road. Huge divisional win. That is a big building block, big momentum kind of swing, especially in that division at the top. I'm with you. I think the Rams could be sparking a little bit of a fire coming into the later quarter of the season, I should say. Give me the Rams to take care of business.
Man, look at us. We're eye to eye on these last handful of games here. Next up, a pretty good matchup. We got the Packers, now that you're new number one team in the NFC, going to Baltimore to take on the Ravens at 8-5, who really, man, they need a win to stay on top of this AFC North division, but it's going to be tough sledding against a surging Packers team. Aaron Rodgers, maybe giving Packers fans a scare in that first half against Chicago, but no problem. He just needs one half to blow another team out, and that's what they did in the second half against the Bears. Lamar coming back probably, maybe, from that ankle injury. If he doesn't miss any time, that's going to be huge for the Ravens because, without Lamar, they're done. They might miss the playoffs entirely if Lamar goes down with injury. Anyway, I'll throw it to you. I've been picking first a lot here. Who do you got in this game, Jake?
All good. I mostly bring up my friend a lot. One of my best friends is a huge Packers fan. I watch a ton of Packers football. I talk about it a lot in these NFL picks games. But every single year since maybe we were in middle school, since the Packers won that first Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers, I've heard it every single December. Dude, this is the team. This is the team. This is the year we're going to go back. This is the year we're going to do it. I hear it every single December. And I actually believe them this year, Justin. The Packers, I think, have the best team since they won that Super Bowl in 2010. This is the best, most complete Packers team that they've been able to put together in Green Bay. And I got them here. I just think the Ravens are I hate saying that the Ravens are figured out because you say that and then Lamar is going to have 200 rushing yards in this game, but it just seems like they don't have that kind of X factor, that kind of wild card factor that they had before when you didn't really know what they were going to pull out and what they were going to do. And they were smacking teams all over the place. They just haven't really done that this year. So I have Green Bay going on the road and getting a big interconference win.
Yeah. I mean, the Ravens still were not blowing you away, especially, on offense with Lamar in there. I mean, they've had games where they're putting up 16 or less points per game. And I mean, they've got to be ready to put up 28 plus points against the Packers. I mean, they're asking their offense to figure it all out within 1 week in a short amount of time just to be able to keep pace with what you expect this Packers offense to do. And I mean, without Marlon Humphrey, and they haven't had Marcus Peters all year, I think Aaron Rodgers may feast on that secondary. And I'm with you. I think they go on the road and get it done against the Ravens. Should still be an intriguing game to watch. You'd never, I obviously can't recall a time when Aaron Rodgers went into a hostile Baltimore environment and played a football game. So there's kind of a rare aspect to it with the teams that are involved here. But it could be a good game still. Move on to Sunday Night Football. We got the Saints at 6-7 and the Bucs hosting them at 10-3. The Saints have kind of had Tom Brady's number, the Tampa Bay's Tom Brady's number the last couple of years. I think they swept them last year and they won the first game against them this year, right? Does Tom Brady still have yet to beat the Saints?
It's possible. I can't remember that far, Justin. I can't even remember what I had for breakfast, man.
I can't blame you. Me too. I think he gets it done finally against the Saints. The Saints are just, they're lagging in the quarterback department. I mean, is it Taysom Hill or who has been the Simeon? Yeah. So I don't think the Bucs are in danger of dropping a game here. They're still playing good football. I think they continue rolling here and get a win. Who do you got?
I agree. It just feels like the Saints are kind of limping to the barn a little bit here. I don't know if you saw the preview of the new Sean Payton Netflix movie, Justin.
Yeah, what was that about?
It blows my mind that they casted Kevin James as Sean Payton. Is Adam Sandler going to play Drew Brees? And, is David Spade going to be, Greg Williams, perhaps? I don't know. Is the whole grown-ups cast going to be in it? it doesn't look great, and it doesn't look so great for the Saints coming down the stretch of the season. I think Tampa Bay kind of puts the nail in the coffin this weekend too. Justin, give me the Bucs.
I was trying to think of more. Is Chris Rock going to be Alvin Kamara? Is Rob Schneider going to be
Rob Schneider is in it, dude. He's actually in it.
Yeah, of course he is.
Plays like this, yogi kind of guy. I don't know. It doesn't look very good.
I'm not expecting much. Maybe we can have a review episode after if we want to watch that. All right. Okay, yeah, we made our picks. Bucks all the way. Got Monday Night Football, kind of finishing off the week with a kind of a stinker. We're starting off the week with a bang with Chiefs and Chargers, ending it with a Vikings and Bears matchup. Bears hosting at home, but at 4-9, they're out of it. Vikings, they have more to play for. They have their season, to be determined probably if they want to, make the playoffs. Got to win this game. Got to win out pretty much. I'll take them on the road. I'll take them on the road here under the bright lights of Monday Night Football. What do you got?
Yeah, I think the Fire Nagy chants are going to be extra loud on Monday night coming through the broadcast in Soldier Field this week, especially after Aaron Rodgers puts the nail in the metaphorical coffin of this Bears coaching staff. Because, wow, that was a highly entertaining game, by the way. I think it was a 45-point second quarter. I think that's the highest scoring quarter I've ever seen. And Jakeem Grant with shades of Devin Hester on that punt return. That was the best punt return I've seen in ages. So shout out to the Bears in that aspect. But I don't see them getting it done against a Vikings team who has a lot more to play for than their head coach, who is going to get the door hitting his ass on the way out. So, I got the Vikings in this one.
All right, man. Once again, we have picked the same team. Not a lot of variation. Well, I don't know where those two games are going to come from where you need to catch up to me, but I hope it doesn't come in this game where we better not be picking opposite, Jake. We got the Titans on the road against the Steelers at 6-1, another team possibly playing for their season, but maybe not. I mean, if the Ravens lose to the Packers, which we picked them to, and the Bengals lose to the Broncos, they really don't have any ground to lose even if they don't get it done against the Titans. So even still, not necessarily a must-win game for the Steelers if Baltimore does indeed lose. But we'll get more in depth with our preview video in a couple days here. But I'm got to ride the Titans coming off a shutout. Getting Bud Dupree back, I believe he was activated off injured reserve today. So revenge game is on the menu, Jake. I cannot wait to see him taste that sweet, sweet revenge. That's all I got to say about this. I got the Titans. Tighten up, Jake. Are you going to be tightening up this week?
Okay, here's my rationale. Here's my thinking pattern, Justin. I expect New England to win on Saturday night. And if New England wins, that means that the Titans clinch the AFC South and get their T-shirts and get their hats on Sunday if they can take care of Pittsburgh. I just think back to last year, where the Titans had an opportunity to go to Lambeau, even though it was an interconference opponent, even though it kind of didn't matter in the grand scheme of things. They had a chance to secure the division, and they absolutely crapped the bed, Justin. And I'm thinking, does this Titans team have the mental fortitude to know walking into this game, if they win, they get the AFC South, they button it up right here and now? Can they do it? And I think that they do. I am going to take the Tennessee Titans in this game, Justin, and it's be exactly what you said. Bud Dupree, I think, is expected to play. I don't think he's been formally activated yet. He's designated for return, but we've seen the Titans, when they designate for return, they usually activate the player on Sunday in 9 out of 10 cases. So with Bud Dupree coming back, I know his impact on the stat sheet is not huge at all. No eye-popping numbers, especially for how much the Titans are paying for that guy. But what he does for this front four is just bolsters it even that much more when you have Dupree and Simmons and Autry and Landry all coming off. They are able to generate pressure with just rushing four guys. It means you can drop 7 back into the secondary. And we've seen the Titans defense have great success when Bud Dupree is on the field, and that is the game plan. So I have the Titans taking down the immobile retirement tour Big Ben, and hopefully securing their non-playoff spot so Ben can go out kind of with a big fat L. And we're renewing the rivalry, man. I know we've lost 3 straight in a row, but let's go get a dub in Pittsburgh.
I like it. It's time for us to get one over on Pittsburgh. So, man, I like it. You're not only predicting a Titans win, but with also your prediction of a Patriots win, you're in effect saying the Titans will be clinching the AFC South this weekend. Oh, man, I'm ready for it. I almost just want to go ahead and change my pick to the Patriots because I want that to happen so bad now. It sounds so good, but hey, a number 1 overall seed might sound even gooder, if you will. If we're able to get that done, but we'll see. So we both got the Titans here. So a lot of desperate teams playing this weekend. A lot of good AFC games. Yeah, you got 3 really good ones: Chiefs, Chargers, Patriots, Colts, and Titans, Steelers. So it's going to be a fun month of December, Jake, and January too, because we got 17 games now. So it's spilling over into January. Yeah, more and more. So that's going to do it. Week 15, Jake. Hopefully I can maintain my 8-game lead on you and not ever feel the threat of defeat again in these picks.
I'm just chipping away, Justin. I only need 2. I know I differed from you at least twice in this video. I'm going to pick both of those up over on your head. So just 2 a week gets it done. Well, I guess it ties it. So I'll have to go real crazy in week 18 to see if I can't pull the rabbit out of the hat late.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. What'd you guys think of our picks? Leave us a comment below. We would very much appreciate it. And tighten up, guys. Jake, you got anything else?
It's going to do it for me. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. Tighten up. Everybody have a great football weekend. Thanks for watching.